Fresh. How about you turn around? Let's get that AK behind you.
There we go. Let's do that. There's the gym, guys. I don't know if you can see it very
Boom.
well. Boom. Big home where the champions are made.
What is up, my MMA brothers and sisters? Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk MMA. I am here with Isaiah Gonzalez, and I was actually just talking to you about your nickname, so let's kind of get that out of the way. It seems like you started off with Perps early on in your career, but it's the MEXIPINO now. So let's just kind of let the people know how that kind of went to be.
Yeah, I'm definitely the MEXIPINO because I'm mixed. I'm Mexican and Filipino. Just a lot of fun. It's just like I want to pay homage to my heritage. But I went by Perps in my amateur career because I wore a purple rash guard when I first started MMA, and it's gym banter. They started making fun of me for wearing purple, called me Mr. Purple, and it turned into Perps. and I just owned it. I was like, whatever, I don't care. So I started buying purple shit, and so it was like Isaiah Perps by T. Gonzalez. But now that I went pro, it's like, it doesn't really fit right now. Plus, unless you were like in the beginning, you're not gonna know what the hell that means. People are always like, what do you like? Smoke a lot of weed or something? I'm like, nah, that's not that at all. So,
that's the way I would have took it. Well, Isaiah, let me start this off. I've seen your Instagram. I know some of your teammates, so it's a pleasure for me to finally get this interview because you do have a fight coming up, and we'll kind of get to that. But you kind of, when I first met you, I've actually met you in person already. Your positivity vibe and just your high energy would be kind of my first impression. You seemed very positive, very happy. You were smiling, you were pumped, and you weren't even the one fighting. So you seem like a born leader. So those were the things that finally came up to me. But let's start fresh. Where did your martial arts career, where did martial arts enter your life?
Starters, I love what I do, right? So my philosophy is never sacrifice happiness. So do what you love, and you'll always be happy. Martial arts came to my life when I was a child. My dad was a boxer, did boxing. My younger days until I was like 12 or something, and then I didn't really do much until I was like 16. I did Taekwondo until I was 19. And then I got stuck in the workforce, and at 24, I was like, nah, I got to go back to fighting. I want to do something. So I either wanted to go into boxing or MMA, but I felt like MMA was the next big thing. And since I did Taekwondo and boxing, I figured, why not add more to it? Learn to punch. I know how to punch and kick, but learn to grapple. Well, I thought I know how to punch and kick, but the reality is there's a lot more to it. And but anyway, so I wanted to do MMA, and I just basically gave myself permission to just go for it, I always tell people I'm like a starving artist chasing his dreams, I don't got a lot of money, but I'm happy. And every day I get to live my dreams. And I wish everybody could have the courage to do so, because it's not easy, but it's definitely the most rewarding thing you can do, and it's awesome. I wouldn't change it for the world.
I agree. Well, let's talk about your first gym. What was the first gym that you kind of found and kind of got everything started? Because you're at AKA now, but I believe you're at a gym in Milpitas. Is that right?
Yeah, I started when I first moved to the Bay Area. I don't remember, 2009. I think. I just started the first gym that was around, and the first gym there was a limited kickboxing. And I just signed up. I just went in. I dove right in. They even had a jiu-jitsu smoker, a grappling smoker. And I was so crazy. I signed up. I had no training. I was just crazy. I just wanted to do it. I just kind of dove in, and I met a gentleman named Alexander there. He was the jiu-jitsu coach there, and then we clicked really well, and he branched off into his own gym called Los Gatos MMA. So I left that gym to follow him. So then I was over there for a while. that, in fact, me and Hugo were both at Unlimited, then we went to LGMMA. And then at which point that kind of fell through, that gym kind of like didn't make it.
Yeah.
So then I went to Dark Horse, or it was called NorCal Fight Factory, because this other coach that was there knew the coach of that gym, so we went there, and I did my whole amateur career with that gym. The name evolved, but it was the same gym. It was like NorCal Fight Factory, then Dark Horse, then Parabellum Training Center. But after which, I just outgrew the gym, like.
Yeah, you're on the next level. You're heading towards the next level.
Yeah, we wanted to be world champions. We don't want to mess around, so.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
The best thing to do was to keep growing. So I had a friend, Tomas Dion, from AK, and I just hit him up if is it cool if we try out, if we could, get us a good word in, and he did. So I just tried out for AK. I feel like voted on me right there. It's kind of and then the team, and now I'm just trying to be the best I can be now.
Well, you mentioned Hugo, and I have to let people know Hugo Gouveia. Actually, it sounds like you've known him for a long time, because if you knew him back then, you've known him for a handful of years. I actually went to high school with him. He was my wrestling teammate. He was super slick, but now obviously he's helping you guys out and training with you guys there at AKA. So the one thing that I noticed about you too that I thought was unusual, but I think is a very good thing, is how long your amateur career is. You have like 15 amateur fights. So for me, that's a lot of experience.
Yeah. It's kind of biting me in the ass right now, because it's hard to get a fight. A lot of guys want, when you first start out, your first couple fights, everyone's got like maybe 2 or 3 fights at most.
Right.
And my coaches don't want me to fight people with like 4 or 5 fights, so I'm 1-0 now, trying to get my second fight, and nobody wants to fight me. I was a Camo state champion, the California Mixed Martial Arts Organization state champion. I was a 5-time amateur. I had all the belts in the Bay Area. So everyone wants an easy fight. Nobody wants the first 2 fights in MMA pro, especially pro, to be hard. So it's like, man, it's a real challenge to get a fight. But experience, I wouldn't change it for anything. Maybe if I was at a different gym, I could have went pro sooner, but whatever, things happen for a reason, So I'm just gonna take the hard fights. I don't care. I'm not in this game to not fight the best, so bring on all the tough guys.
Yeah. I mean, when I saw it, for me, it's so long, but it's one of those things that the amateur record doesn't matter at all. It's your pro record that actually starts the count. So when I saw those many fights and you winning most of them, and I got to see some of them, I got to see your first pro fight. I mean, you've done the adversity. You have done the quick finishes. You have done the full decision. Like, you've had it all already, and you're 1-0 as a pro.
It's crazy.
So that's a good thing.
It's good, because I know that I won't quit. Some fighters have to be tested still, and kind of figure out whether or not they won't break. I won't break.
You've been there.
Kill me. Yeah, you better kill me in there. Even my first pro fight was rough.
Yeah, your first pro fight. Well, let's talk about that.
I won the disc. I was a 4.
That was versus Brandon LaRocco, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that was that fight where you won the first round, he won the second round. So by the third round, both of you are obviously tired, and it's really winner of that round wins the fight. And then you're the one that took him down, kept him down, and finished strong. So, I mean, and that was your first pro fight. That's what's just crazy. So let's go ahead and move on to the next big thing, which is you did get another fight. You're going to fight at Global Knockout 10, which is like a huge event right now, in my opinion. There's a lot of great fights on it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, how you feeling about this one?
This one's going to be good. The guy I'm fighting, I don't want to butcher his name out of disrespect, but it's like Chris Inicio or something. I don't know. He's a tough guy. Yeah, he's a tough guy. I don't know much about him, but from what I've heard, from what I've seen, really tough guy. He's fighting the Diaz academy.
Right.
So that's awesome. Like, we're both from very well-respected gyms, and it's just gonna be a war. I'm assuming. I got my game plan. I'm really confident. It's gonna be interesting because he's actually taller than me, and I'm usually the tallest guy, always.
Yeah.
So
especially for a bantamweight.
yeah, for 135, I think he's like 5'11". I'm like, oh shit, like it's small, but it's all good. Like, I'm just working on different things so that I can be ready to fight him. The taller, being, I've never been that. It's really cool to kind of like, change up my game plan, be the shorter guy, fight the taller guy. Yeah.
Fresh, how about you turn around? Let's get that AK behind you.
There we go. Let's do that. There's the gym, guys. I don't know if we can see it very well. Boom. Victor's home. That's where the champions are made.
Well, let me go back to what I found kind of as really impressive, and I don't even know what the logistics are there at the gym, but for me, when I see you on Instagram, your stories and stuff, it almost looks like you're running the class. So it's like, I don't know if you're running the class. I don't know if it's just your leadership in general. Like, how would you put that in words?
Yeah, not pro training. I'm definitely there to like help grow with all the team. But I actually am a coach here. I teach kickboxing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10. That's like my personal class. So I really like to share like the growth of the students. I'm huge on paying it forward. So it's just like a lot of fun. I didn't realize how much I would love coaching until I started doing more of it. And it's just a lot of fun, man. It's like, it's a very rewarding thing. I think after fighting's over, I would definitely love to be a coach and help teach the next generation of champions. So, it's fun. Yeah, that's. But when it comes to team training with the team, there are some people, definitely like help out, help lead the way, and vice versa. There's guys there who do the same for me. So we got to be a family. That's the only way you can get better,
Yeah, and the AKA team, especially as I keep meeting more and I start seeing the Instagram stories and I see it all connect. I mean, it's definitely everyone's got everyone's back. Everyone wants everyone to succeed. And the other part about it is you guys are just pushing each other is what it seems like to the brink to when you guys go out there and fight. I mean, there's a difference. There's a difference in toughness that, can only be created by these tough practices in that building right behind you.
We always say that it takes a village, right, to like help. It's an individual sport. There's still like a village behind you. You know what I mean? Like, right. You're in there yourself, but your team is what got you there. Your resolve, your resilience, your abilities, and it's a team sport, even though it's an individual sport. Like you need each other. There's just the crazy part about here is some gyms you go and you could be the best and no one can stop you and you're just like the best, right? Over here, no one is. It's always a battle. Every like one day you're the nail, one day you're the hammer, then one day you're back again. Like it's just crazy. It's good because everyone challenges each other to be the best that you can be, and with that challenge, that's why there's world champions here. That's why people are so talented and driven and gifted.
Yeah. And is it safe to say that practice is starting right now, 10 o'clock?
My class is starting right now at 10 o'clock. My teaching, because Coach Isaiah's got to shape the new generation of fighters.
That's right. Well, I hear that coaching is actually what can make you even a better fighter, because explaining things to people allows it to kind of improve on your game. So I think you would agree. So I'll let you go. Very last words. The only real last thing I'll want from you is kind of what is your goals, what is in your future, and also thank the guys that, your coaches that help you get to this point.
Yeah. I want to, I feel like if you do anything, you should do it all the way. So I want to be a world champion. I love when people say it's impossible. So when I do it, I can be the first person to do it, so I want a world championship belt. I want to be the best. And I will do that, And every day every time I fight, before I go in the cage, I think to myself, if I die in here, am I happy with the decisions that led up to here? And it's like, yeah, you have to be. You have to be happy with the fact that this is a combat sport. You got to be the best you can be, and you got to be driven. It's not easy, and because it's not easy is why I love it, And yeah, so I'm going to be the best. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not here to be some mediocre fighter. I want to fight the best. I want to be the best, and that's it. Whatever I got to do, I'm
Awesome.
gonna do it.
Awesome.
Second, I can't thank my team enough, man. AK is where it's at because we're just such a tight family. There's so many. I mean, everybody at AK helps me. I love it. You know, all the coaches. You know, everywhere from like obviously our head coach Javier Mendez, you know, to all of them. You know, there's so many to thank. It'd be crazy to thank all of them, but without, there's nothing we could do. And definitely got to give it out to some sponsors who've been there from the beginning. You know, like GFY, Bike Gear. You know, when you support someone when they're nothing, like everybody wants to be on a winning team, but when someone's nothing and you can give their faith in them, like that's huge. You know, so you know all my sponsors, GFY, Bike Gear, Kelly Muscle. You know, even you yourself, my man. Got to give love to the man right here I'm talking to. You know. Adam Hayes Photography, you know, Body by Jose Recovery, like all of them, they're just astronomical. Like they're so great, you know, and I couldn't go without any of them. You know, without the love and support from everybody.
Awesome. Hey, that's a beautiful thing. Isaiah, well, just to kind of let everybody know, Isaiah, the MEXIPINO Gonzalez, Global Knockout 10, August 5th, coming up soon. You got your fight coming up. I know you're preparing, so hopefully we'll talk as we get sooner. I'm trying to see if I'm going to be there physically, but if I don't talk to you, best of luck in your training, and thank you for your time today.
Oh, thank you. Let's do another one for sure soon, and I'm ready. It's going to be exciting. Show up if you can. Global Knockout 10, California, and I hope all the people can make it. It's going to be awesome.
Awesome. All right, brother. Until next time, thanks a lot.
Take it easy, guys. Thank you
brother.
for listening. Peace out.
Well, there he is. Now, you have to remember with Isaiah, he's had, like we mentioned, amateur fights-wise, 15 fights. So he's had it all. He's had some losses, more wins. He's had the submissions. He's had the decision wins. And then in his pro fight, he had one pro fight, which, let me actually jotted it down, was versus Brandon LaRocco. Definitely go and see that fight. It was a good testament to really see after all of that experience, what does that pro fight look like? And he just pushed all the way to the end to where it's like, he's got it. He's got it. He's got all the tools that he needs to succeed. His positivity, when I first met him, it just comes out of him. And those are the type of things that I love to see: the high energy, the enthusiasm to be the best and to keep working hard. If you follow him on Instagram, you'll see all his stuff on and the links below in the description. Man, follow this guy. Very good energy. He's got a lot to kind of come up to. He's got a lot of career fights already, but his pro debut has already happened. This is now his second pro fight, so he's definitely got a lot of fighting to go, but he's definitely ready. So hope you enjoyed this episode. Until next time, peace.